Yeah, big occasion. And, well, Ken, you looked excited out on the floor. You're excited in the commentary box.
I certainly am, and what an atmosphere and what a welcome for both players.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The first frame.
This is what snooker is all about. Two of the greats here. This man, the greatest of all, against the man who would like to take his crown one day. And this is what it's all about. I'm sure it'll inspire both players.
Well, we can see a few of the tournament stats, and they're all quite level, actually. Pot success, dead level. Ball spotted, not much in that. But the one that Stephen Hendry picked out may be significant, the long potting. And that does favour Judd Trump overall in the tournament. 71% to 57%.
Yeah, I think that's the only difference, I think. His long ball game has come back, Judd Trump, but he's made a slight error there, knocking that red over this left corner pocket. I have to use a little bit of right hand side here, Ronnie. Check the cue ball off this top cushion. Nicely played. And it's going to be short of the baulk line. He's okay. Lovely control. It's always nice to get a good start in these finals. No better man. RONNIE O'SULLIVan. I'm trying maybe take the red left of the pink and left of the pack here. Get straight on the black after that. Looks pretty good. His cue ball control has been excellent all week, hasn't it, David? You know, scoring. Just been absolutely on point.
Yeah, 4 centuries and a lot of other big breaks, but also, particularly last night, it's just been so disciplined, businesslike, really well focused. And this, as we've said put to him in the interviews, is his sort of tournament. It's his sort of day. Full house, we saw in Hong Kong in front of 9,000 people recently won that event.
13.
He's got an angle on the red. I'm just wondering, will he try and dislodge a couple of reds here off this red, or will he just... Yeah, straight away. Needs a bounce off the cushion.
21.
Not high enough. Too straight. Now you see the grimace. Wanted a cue ball away from that cushion and a better angle on this black. It's got a slight angle, but it's not ideal. This takes good cueing. Very well played.
28.
Well, it's his 6th Champion of Champions final in 9 appearances in the tournament. He's won it 3 times. Most recent, 2018.
Well,
unless this is a plant, he's come around to have a look. It's not a great split for Ronnie. You're always trusting a little bit of luck when you're going into the pack, and this time it doesn't look like he's had much. Those 2 reds are not lined up for the left corner pocket, and anything he takes on is going to be fraught with a lot of danger. So being a little bit prudent here. I don't blame him. Take your medicine and play a good safety shot. Very good.
Well, relief for Trump, because on another day that was 1-0. Judd Trump's fourth final in this tournament. Of course, he won the title last year, beating John Higgins.
Yeah, Judd Trump came down. You see the two reds. Thought they might have been lined up into this corner, but they're going towards the right cushion. It's not a plant that he could make, so he's got to avoid the red here in the left-hand side cushion. Back up the ball. Oh, it's gone completely wrong. Where's this red going? Was it? Well, that's a major mistake. Ronnie had him in deep trouble, and that was the advantage of playing a really good safety there from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Didn't take a chance. Could prove dividends here. Great chance to win the opening frame.
One.
Yes, precisely because they're such brilliant break builders, potters, that the safety in this match is really important. It's keeping the other guy out. It's trying to force a mistake. That's happened there.
Yeah, and I think Ronnie will be aware. He would have had his eye on Judd Trump over the last couple of days, watching him play, watching how much his long ball game is back. So he knows he has to get the cue ball tight to the ball cushion every time he plays a good safety shot.
6.
He was playing on this red just to the right of the pink spot, but hasn't judged it as well as he would have liked. He's still okay. It's a bit of a stretch. May have to get the rest. Can't see this red up. That's over the yellow pocket. So this is a thin cut into the left corner pocket. Oh, well played.
7.
Good shot. Good recovery. He always has this wonderful electricity, doesn't he, around him?
11.
O'Sullivan, he has that aura when he plays.
12.
Just brings something different. You see the intensity as well. So, imperative to get a really good start. And once
16.
again, just a little bit short of pace.
Seventeen.
Played that nicely. He's starting where he left off last night,
24.
David. Looking as good as ever. Okay, didn't win it in one visit
25.
from the first chance. Still looks to be queuing superbly well.
Yeah, he's played a good frame. He was maybe a little unlucky not to get on a red when he went into them earlier on. But he played the good safety, as you
32.
mentioned, and forced the error. This is to take the first frame. And Judd
30.
Trump has been left largely cold. It's O'Sullivan's biggest test by far, of course, against Trump in the final. But overall, he's played well all week.
38. 39.
really happy to keep his opponent in the
46.
chair and not get back to the table. Try and keep him cold.
47.
2 safety errors has cost Judd Trump this first frame. Wow, lovely shot.
Yes,
53.
it must be hard after 30 years professional to get yourself up for every single match you play, but an occasion like this, there's no problem on that score. Full
54.
house, big prize, remember 150,000 plus the trophy tonight against a player he rates very highly.
$61.
We thought that was the safe red. Nothing safe when this man is at the table. It's going close to the middle pocket, maybe just okay.
69. $71.
Unfortunately, not enough points for a century, but still a wonderful break from Ronnie O'Sullivan. And just the start he would have wanted.
74.
Yeah, of course, it's a longer match, 2 sessions, but they're broken into mini sessions. O'Sullivan, I'm sure, will be aiming to get the advantage after 4, and then after 9, and so on and so on.
83.
He played a really good frame here, looking sharp and focused right from the off.
89.
So we're underway on what promises to be a memorable day of snooker, and we've started in style. Or rather, Ronnie O'Sullivan has. He's cleared up with 96. Judd Trump didn't get much of a look in. First to 10 to become champion of champions. Ronnie O'Sullivan leads Judd Trump 1-0. There's the trophy they're playing for, the Kazoo Champion of Champions. The defending champion, Judd Trump, to break in frame 2. Ronnie O'Sullivan dominated the opener, cleared up in the end with 96. O'Sullivan has won 76 career titles, Judd Trump 34. So a lot of trophies between them, and a big one to play for today.
Maybe eyeing up this possible pot, leaving the cue ball. Just bounce it off this top cushion for the black. No. So I might have a go of it after such a confident start. Once again, cue ball glued to the cushion. Maybe putting this cue ball down somewhere near the yellow pocket. Try and block that red over on the right hand side cushion. Pretty good. Yeah, the thing about that first frame, David, it was just a couple of safety shots, wasn't it? It wasn't like he missed any pots and just got punished from the couple of safety errors, so he won't be too disheartened, Judd Trump. But I think you're right. I think safety, I know the score and obviously winning the frames in one visit, but these are such good players when they do get in. Safety could be a big part of this final, along with the big breaks, of course.
Definitely, because they're one visit players, aren't they? And, you know, just one chance, that could be it.
wasn't a miss, that was just a bad contact. And that was a kick that went horribly wrong. Jumped up straight away when he played it. That's unlucky.
And of course, that's the great unknown when we look at these matches and give predictions and analyse the stats. It's that bit of fortune here and there that can make a difference, a bit of bad luck or a bit of good luck.
1. Six. Seven.
Yeah, those two reds at the bottom of the pack, they don't pot, so. He's going to have to develop them and not got enough on the cue ball.
14. Touching ball.
Touching ball, so he can just play off maybe 3 or 4 cushions. Back to ball here. Doesn't have to hit a red, of course.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 14. What's that result? Oh,
Actually having the cue ball clean, had that kick in his last visit. Marcel Eckhart in charge here this afternoon. We're in safe hands.
thanks.
Judd Trump's had a very difficult draw, hasn't he? Luca Brissell, Mark Allen, Mark Selby, but I think that's focused his mind. He knows he's had to play well every match, and that applies more than ever today.
Well, forced into having a go at that red, and it was very difficult, but felt he'd no other option. He's missed it by a long way and didn't expect that kiss on the blue with the cue ball. And left Ronnie another easy opportunity here, red into the right corner.
One.
Could put pink or black here. Pink into the left center. Or the black, of course. Just sizing up his options.
Eight. Nine.
Not only is he such a fast player, but his snooker brain is so quick, the way you can assess the table, work out exactly how he's going to attack the situation and make it as easy as possible. That's what makes him the greatest break builder of all time.
15.
When he puts this red, the other red left of it will pot, of course.
16.
Gives him more options.
23. $24.
Yeah, that was a wonderful little shot. He was hoping to be on yellow or green here. The pink has come out as well. He's going to have to play this left-handed. Such an advantage as well. You know, people, it's not a clap, but the crowd gets so used to him playing left-handed. It's almost just so natural. Will he come back down for black or pink here?
$27.
He's just
34.
cured so well right from the start. You know, you can forgive nerves, can't you, in a final? Don't seem to be any, certainly not visibly anyway.
35.
This could be the key shot here. Black, he's got to disturb the red here. Bring them into play. Needs a bit of luck again. I think he's okay if that red runs on. Have they blocked each other?
42.
The red just above the pink spot. Maybe blocked by the red. That's near that left middle. Oh, it's pretty tight, isn't it? He's having a good look at it. It may pop, but it's very tight. No problem.
43.
Well played.
$45.
And there you see it. So it's effectively 2 more reds required to not only lead 2-0, but to do so very emphatically.
$46.
Just a little bit short of pace, but this black to leave himself 67 ahead, 67 remaining. So he's going to need 1 more red.
53. $54.
Yeah. Expertly done. There's a real keenness to him today. We've seen it all week, actually. As I say, business-like. Focused really hard on working out the best way to make the break to win the frame, and he's done so.
60.
Yeah, there's a real intensity to his play at the moment. There's concentration.
61.
He's off to a flyer here. Great stuff from the reigning world champion.
$68. $69.
Once again, keeping Trump cold. Judd Trump has not scored a single point yet.
75. 76.
Just brilliant.
He's making the game look ridiculously easy at the moment.
82.
Got a nice angle. He could take the blue off the cushion here. Still be on the pink.
83.
No chance for the first century of the final.
$89. 91. 94.
Well, he's setting a standard that Judd Trump is going to have to not only match but better when he gets a chance. He's not had
98.
many yet. Plenty of time, but this is a dream start for Ronnie O'Sullivan. This blue then for his 5th century of the week.
103.
Great reaction from the crowd. Get in. No.
103.
Well, 103 to follow the 96. Some start from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He looks very sharp, very focused. He leads in the early stages of the final by 2 frames to 0.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 2 frames.
Just looking back to last year's final, Trump played John Higgins and did not pot a ball in the first 2 frames. In fact, was 3-0 down, won 10-4. So even though he's not scored a point yet, it's still early days.
Yeah, there'll be no panic buttons pressed just yet. Long way to go. Machuda has looked a little bit edgy, has to be said, so far. Nothing that a good long pot wouldn't sort out. Missed it by quite some way as well. He's got a good cue ball. Second part of the shot. I think the way he played, you know, during the week, particularly the way he played against Mark Allen and Mark Selby, was fantastic. Judd Trump. Good shot from Ronnie O'Sullivan, but are these 2 balls in a line into this left corner pocket? He's had a look at them. There's a bit of a gap between them. It's a possible plant here, but why is this risky? There you see, they're in line, but the problem is the gap. So he's got to be so precise. And if he takes it on, well, he'd be careering into the pack of reds. Everything would be going all over the table. He's taking it on. Oh, great shot. Needs a bit of luck. That's unlucky.
1.
That'll make him feel better, though.
Well, anyone having a sort of doze on a Sunday afternoon would have been woken up here, wouldn't they? Just as you say, just didn't get on a colour, but at least he nailed the plant. Scored his first point.
Pink ball.
What's also done, of course, is completely opened the table up. So now the
Trump
safety
won.
really is important.
There's a nice target behind that pink and brown now, where that pink has landed in the bulk area. Gives Ronnie a bigger target here if you can get the cue ball in between yellow and brown. It's on the way. It's on the way. almost. That's more like it. And a little kiss on the yellow would be helpful.
1.
It's okay. Good opener from Judd Trump. Now, what can you do? Not the greatest of angle, but he's blessed with a lot of cue power. Needs a lot of top spin this time.
First player he
7.
watched live was Ronnie O'Sullivan. He was 8 years old. His dad took him to the Welsh Open, which is close to where he lived in Bristol. But of course you can't afford to be in awe of the great man. No reason to be either. He's won 7 of their 11 finals, Trump. And the head-to-head is 13 each.
Eight.
Yeah, and I think that would give him confidence, you know, coming into this afternoon's first session. The fact that there's not many players in the game could boast those stats in major finals. Beaten Ronnie 7 times. So really good opportunity now to get off the mark here in this final.
14.
Yeah, the
15.
occasion, it's not dissimilar to the Masters final 2019. Alexandra Palace, big one-table event, caused big crowds, sold out. And Trump won 10-4 that day.
Oh, wow.
Shot Trump. 15.
Did not expect that. Neither did Ronnie O'Sullivan. He was out of his chair very, very quickly indeed.
One.
There's 2 reds, one blocking the right corner, one blocking the left. For the black, he might try and get on one of those now. That's exactly what he's tried to do.
6.
This will release the black into the right corner by taking this red. Now, can he get back on the black? Does he have to go back up for blue? No, that's a lovely shot. What a
7.
shot he's played there with his left hand as well. Beautiful control. Have a look at this. The touch here to hit the red perfectly. Wonderful shot.
Yeah, psychologically it's an important early moment, isn't it? Because Judd Trump missed that, for him, dolly pink. And if he's thoroughly
14.
punished for it, then he's in early trouble. Not just the scoreline, but how he's feeling. Because that was his best chance by far to put together a sizable break of his own.
Yeah, that's the beauty of taking that. The second red in this break, just to open up the, look how easy
22.
it makes it. This break on the quest to win this frame at this visit. Just that one shot.
23.
He's already, you saw him have a quick glance at the scores. Already he's working out, do I need any of these tight reds on this top cushion? He won't need them. That's how
30.
quick his mind works. Always aware of the situation.
31.
As indeed any of the top players.
38. $39. $46.
This visit, in Ronnie's eyes, is probably more important than the first couple in the first couple of
47.
frames, because his opponent has missed a sitter into the left centre pocket, and this would really hurt him. You saw Judd Trump in his chair, closing his eyes, trying to concentrate. Ronnie will sense the opportunity here.
Yeah, I'm not sure Trump's missed a pot like that all week. That pink. Completely out of the blue. The reds are at his mercy.
Oh, he's missed it. Well, hold on.
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
Hold on.
52.
Well, it's the first real mistake so far from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Now Judd Trump gets a reprieve, a big one.
1.
There's a bit of work to do.
8.
Two reds. Not going to be easy. If he gets an
9.
angle on this black, I'm just wondering, will he just play for the one that's closest to the pocket, or will he try and knock the nearest one to the black off the cushion first? Let's see what he tries here. He's tried to knock it out. What has he left? And always when you take that chance,
16.
sometimes you can leave yourself straight on the next red, and it doesn't have a lot of angle here. You see it, got a slight angle. You could play this with a lot of right hand side, or you could just play it and try and screw back. Just trying to screw back here. Watch the cue ball. Now back for the black in the opposite pocket. Has he got
17.
it? He has. What a shot. And that's what he has in his armory. Not many players in the game can do that with such ease. That was a brilliant shot. That could be a frame winner.
Yeah, he's given himself every chance
24.
to make this clearance. It didn't look like it would be likely after he missed the pink. O'Sullivan was a big favourite to do enough to lead 3-0.
25.
So biggest moment of the final so far, this.
There's going to be lots of twists and turns, you would feel, in this. You would expect it to be a closely contested final, but this is a big twist already. Sullivan had the advantage with the frame at his mercy. Trump thought
31.
the frame was already gone, and then that unexpected miss from Ronnie. This
33.
could be a real settler for Judd Trump. That wasn't a great shot in the yellow. He's not there yet. But this could really settle him down and give him a great boost. Oh.
36.
That wobbled in.
A slight quickener of the heart rate, that one. Still got to put these away. Brown, blue and pink.
40.
He's going to end up needing the ball that he missed earlier on that looked like it might have cost him.
$45.
Can't see him missing this one. Ronnie O'Sullivan had the chance. He missed that red unexpectedly. This was not straightforward, this clearance. He had to deal with the two reds on the top cushion,
and the frame,
and he did so, and he will be
Judd
very
Trump.
relieved. That will settle Judd Trump into this final. It's game on here in Bolton, with Ronnie O'Sullivan leading by 2 frames to 1.
That will give him a lot of confidence for sure, won't it?
Yeah, particularly the point it's come. You know, he's 2-0 down. He probably should have been 3-0 down, but he's made a good clearance, and that shot was really the key to it.
The
So
fourth frame.
this is the last frame before the first interval of what is already a gripping final.
Once again, Ronnie's coming down this end of the table. He's just having a look that if he leaves the cue ball on this top cushion behind the black, will he be leaving anything? That red just above the black to the right, it doesn't pot into the left centre. That's what he's just making sure. Oh, missed that.
Foul and a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
He could have played a shot off the reds there, Ronnie, but he's probably hoping that if Judd Trump plays the same shot, that he might leave a
You haven't got it, Brendan, have you?
he might leave a touching ball, and it might be an easier safety shot for Ronnie.
You cut what? It's fine.
I don't think it's going to make any difference because he's just going to roll into the back of the pack. But Ronnie be hoping that he leaves a touching ball this time. And Judd won't mind if it is. And I think it is a touching ball, yeah. The only problem for Judd Trump that he could be in a bit of trouble from his next shot. If Ronnie gets on this ball cushion, using the green as maybe the blocking ball. 4 cushions. Well, has he got lucky? He has. Ronnie can't pot this red into the left centre. Yeah, wonderful touch again. Touching ball, I would say. And once again, Judd Trump's got to be careful. He may try and put the cue ball down towards the left. Yeah, down towards the yellow pocket top left corner pocket, just so he doesn't leave Ronnie a pot on that red near the left centre. First little mistake from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Didn't expect to kiss the blue with the red, and it's left the pot here for Judd Trump. How's his long ball game? Good test, this one. Wondering, will he take this red on? But I don't think so. The red just above the black to the right. It is potable into that left corner pocket, but cue ball going into reds, not guaranteed to be on the black. Too risky.
No, you can see the respect they have for one another. All those meetings, all those big matches they play, both very respectful of each other's games. And of course, we saw the respect between them at the end of that World Final when they embraced for what seemed like forever. The thing is, O'Sullivan has set the benchmark, and players like Trump and all the players who have come through since are trying to emulate all his achievements. Not easy when he's still there. It'd be one thing if he'd retired. He's still there playing at the top of his game.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like Judd Trump will really relish every moment that he has playing Ronnie O'Sullivan in major finals. I don't know how long he's going to be around for, but the way he's playing, he could still be around for another good few years yet. We certainly hope so. Ronnie will open up the black here, but he's got a chance here. He can play a soft little screw and get that cue ball right tight to the black here. He could snooker Judd Trump on all reds here. If you can get it, just got to get it really almost touching the black here. That's pretty good. Yeah, good shot. might play this right-handed. The red, it's to the left of the black. Could just come off the top cushion and try and nestle on that red. Could play it off 2 cushions as well, similar shot. I thought you might play it right-handed. So the red just to the left of the black there. He's got a nestle right on it. Very good. Excellent shot. Don't think he's left the pot into the right centre. Nicely judged.
So an interesting start to this frame. We've been going 10 minutes, no balls potted. The 4 points, of course, was a foul. Obviously, a lot of the time where the balls are on the table dictate the sort of snooker you're going to see. Neither player looking to leave any sort of chance. As reds start to scatter.
Yeah, but it's just as intriguing, isn't it? And fascinating how they're almost like a little game of cat and mouse here. Now there's this red pot into the left centre. No. Another safety shot back to the top cushion behind the black. At the moment, a slight advantage to Judd Trump. This is not easy. He's got to play this with, dig down on the cue ball, left hand side, try and get the cue ball back to where it is now, but not easy to get tight on the cushion here. He's played that nicely. Good shot, that. Once again, left with a tricky little shot, this off the left hand side cushion, try and nestle into a couple of reds. He's a bit concerned about it. Could try and take on this pot into the right centre, but it's very, very dangerous. He may feel that the safety shot is so tricky, he might as well take a pot on. He's gone for this into the right centre pocket. Doesn't know where the cue ball's gone, but it could be on the blue if he pots it. No. Very dangerous.
One.
Man, that was a lovely first shot, wasn't it?
8.
Cue ball had to travel quite some distance. We've got perfect angle on the black.
Nine.
Now, has he got a nice angle to try and dislodge a couple of reds here, or does he go up for the loose red? He tried to dislodge a few, but he's okay. He's still on that loose red.
16.
Into the yellow pocket. He'll probably take the blue straight after that. Now he's just having a look to see what's available into this right corner pocket. Thinking a few shots ahead here.
Seventeen.
Now this could be the key shot. Brown or blue here, down the left-hand side of the table for one or two reds available into this bottom right corner pocket.
$21.
Yeah, he's a bit close to that red, just under his body. Marcel Eckhart getting himself into position, but O'Sullivan getting the rest out instead.
$22.
So far he's played the better snooker, but of course it could still be 2-2 with another slip up like we saw in the last frame. Looking at something in the audience.
Which one is it? All right. Yep. Excuse me, little man. If you are on the island of the player, you need to keep still, please, with your feet at least. Thank you. Yeah. $29.
That was a lovely shot. Right through the cue ball, bounced it off the side cushion perfectly for either red here.
$30.
Just played for the pink. Because the pink will open up the red just to the left of it. He's close to that red, he's got to be careful. Oh. Wiped his feet. Didn't intend
36.
to brush into the red because he's knocked it safe.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 36.
Yeah, it all made a difference, didn't it? He's not happy either. He's left himself with a more difficult red, which he's missed, and he sensed a real chance there to just take that early control I mentioned, winning the first mini session. As I say, it feels like he's been on top, really, but this could still end up 2 each.
One.
Total points at the moment, O'Sullivan 339, Trump 68. But Trump at the table, albeit a tough table.
Yeah, that was actually quite a good shot on that red there, because look at the angles he's left on the pink. You can disturb these 5 reds here now, bring them all into play, and that's exactly what he's done. Great shot.
7.
Couldn't have played that rest shot any better. This is a little bit awkward. I'd like to use his right hand here, but as you can see, he's got to bridge over the pink. He's got to watch the blue. Well played.
8.
He's going to get the cue ball cleaned. Well, it'd be a tall order to try and win the frame from this visit. As you see, you've got 4 safe reds almost. I won't be too concerned about them just yet. I'll try and clean up these reds around the pink and black. He's back in the frame,
15.
back at the table.
16.
Just thinking a few shots ahead here, and this will cross Judd's mind, of course. That blue was not in a bad position for those two reds.
24.
Near the right middle. Maybe from the penultimate red down this end of the table. He may go up for the blue. So I take
30.
Just wondering, will he go up for the blue this time? He's looking at it. No, he's going to wait until the
31.
The last open red. Nicely made, a nice angle.
37.
Once again, you see the eyes going towards the blue. He's got to leave a nice angle here when potting this now. And then depends on
38.
this little cannon that he's going to try and make. Try and bring at least one of these reds out into open play.
Oh, nicely done. That couldn't really have gone much better, could it?
43.
It's a sort of match where every moment of every frame feels big, but this particularly, because it could have been 4-0 on another day. O'Sullivan had the chances in the last frame and in this one.
44.
Well, he's got an angle on the blue. He may attempt one of these reds on the left-hand side cushion. Try and bring one of these into play. Needs a connection on this red. I think it's no good.
$49. JUDD TRUMP 49.
Well, there was no attempt at the pot there. He tried to play a safety shot, but he hasn't played it very well. He's left this red for Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's back in the frame, though. 9 points in the lead. He'd be disappointed with that shot. Oh, wow. He's left it.
Yeah, the serenity of the first couple of frames just slightly receded, hasn't it, from O'Sullivan?
One.
I think when he talks in interviews about not being bothered about winning and losing, he probably believes it in that moment, but he doesn't believe it when he gets out there. We've seen that already this afternoon. He wants to win as much as anybody.
You saw him drop his head there. Knew he overhit that straight away.
JUDD TRUMP 6.
So Trump switching hands now. Quite quick, the snooker. This is in the balance this far, 15 points in it.
Could play the cross double here into the opposite middle pocket. He certainly could. Crowd knew that was in on the right hand side straight away. It's always on that. Nicely executed, and he's got a lovely angle on the yellow to get right behind this red, which will suit a right-hander. Didn't suit Judd Trump, but it certainly suits Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Free. Four.
That was beautifully cued. Now needs an angle when potting this blue and the yellow to get close to that green. Can't play it left-handed, Ronnie.
9.
The green down the rail. He's got to try and get close to it.
$11.
Doesn't want a big bounce, wants a soft bounce off this cushion. It's not too bad. Now left-handed. Oh, this is difficult. But this could be a frame winner if it goes in. Bit of a stretch. Will he use the extension? Big shot this.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 11.
Yeah, as you say, it was a big shot indeed. And the green stays out. It didn't look entirely comfortable on it. What a frame then. By far the longest of the final so far, just coming up to 27 minutes. Judd Trump relieved 4 points in front.
Yeah, he's left the pot on the green, but the angle very acute. It's not easy to try and pot this and hold for the brown. You could try and play a shot where you can maybe slow down the cue ball by trying to make a connection on the brown on the way back off this ball cushion. Not straightforward, this. It's a tough enough pot, but trying to hold for the brown is just as tough. Will he play a little cannon on the brown? No, he's gone around the table. Oh, that is so unlucky.
Ronnie
Great
O'Sullivan,
pot,
4.
trying to take the cue ball right around the table, back for the brown, but, well, that's very unfortunate.
Another twist in the tail in this frame. Points dead level then.
Free.
But O'Sullivan now with the balls on their spots, just checking. Needs brown, blue and pink.
7.
As I say, it does feel like he's been on top, but it could easily have been 2-2 there. Just sets the tone as the players go off for the interval, how they're feeling. Trump would have been delighted with 2-2. O'Sullivan very disappointed. But the in-off has cost Judd Trump. A fascinating frame in this final. Ronnie O'Sullivan already walking out because the job is done as far as he's concerned in frame 4. So at the first interval of the Champion of Champions final, Ronnie O'Sullivan leads Judd Trump 3-1.
So often big finals, even involving the very best, are slow burners. That's not the case here. First 4 frames were gripping from the outset.
Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
And there's no reason to believe the next 5 won't be hugely entertaining and significant as well.
That's a character miss. Sort of played it fairly gently. Much prefer when we can hit those with a little bit more pace than that, but once the pot level went in, he lost control of the cue ball as well. It's not the start on the resumption that Judd Trump wanted, leaving O'Sullivan a pretty handy chance here straight away. A lot of this game is played in the mind. If it had gone 2-2, then Judd would have been ecstatic to have been level, having been mostly outplayed. But when he should have gone 2-2, he'd have been disappointed to be behind. It was all of it's played between the ears, this game. Sullivan has been the better of the 2 players, without a shadow of a doubt.
Nine.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Neil. Mixed feelings, really, about the in-off on the green for Trump. It was cruelly unlucky, but I think O'Sullivan did deserve a pre-interval lead.
Well, the cue ball didn't have the
16.
customary fizz as it went into the bunch, which would take it in and possibly out a little bit, so his cueing is not ideal here. He still played that shot well. Judd looks a little uncomfortable in his chair, doesn't he, though? Just taking a look. It is a long match. Got a glimpse of him there, and sometimes it can be quite, you know, you can be fooled by body language, but
23.
He's not started this final in any way how he would have hoped, and he knows that he could be running away from him if the next hour goes badly.
$24. $31. $32.
Well, here's a situation with the red near the top left pocket. He can probably afford to screw into the bunch, knowing that there's always going to be that reserve red as backup if the split doesn't work. And the split has worked all right.
37.
All boxes were ticked there.
Yeah, in the pre-match analysis, the guys were saying that one of the keys to that shot is not only splitting the reds, but keeping the cue ball in mid-table, and no one does it any better. This is a glorious opportunity.
Yes, Phil, it seems to me not dissimilar to a break-off in 9-ball, where the cue ball is key. the split, it stays in the centre of the table. The reds, or all the balls as it is in pool, just seem to spread accordingly. It's always nice to have a red that's there for you, the other end of the table, if something was to go wrong.
45.
I was using that backup red now. Oh, wow. Well,
Ronnie
it was meant
O'Sullivan,
to be a
45.
backup red. It can sometimes just flick a little bit of side on these. And against the net, the cue ball will start to head in the opposite direction. And that's why perhaps he missed it thick.
One of the easiest balls you will ever see an elite player miss.
One.
And now a pressure shot. 3-1 down. 44 adrift in frame 5. Cue ball a little too close to the side cushion for comfort.
Eight. Nine. Fourteen. JUDD Trump,
Well,
14.
they both missed one now, and a little shake of the hand from Joe. I'm not sure what the gesture was, but he had slightly awkward cueing. Whether that was a bad contact, I don't know. He looked more than a bit disappointed, understandably. So, when he misses an easy one, ultimately Judd lets him off the hook for that miss. Better shot than it looked now. Okay, it was a plant, but he struck the cue ball well. Let's get the feeling he's one positional shot away here from getting another frame on the board.
Free. Four. Eleven.
This could be a little dinky, a little tricky.
12.
It was 2-visit snooker in the first frame, and it looks like being 2-visit snooker in the 5th.
$17.
Yes, red colour from here.
$18.
Well, he's discovered something on the cue ball, perhaps.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
I think you can tell it's a good match because
25.
what's more significant are the odd mistake made by either player and amongst all the good stuff.
26.
And when you know that there's a little mistake made, like that green that Judd missed, and went off rather in the previous frame, and then the chance he missed there, you know that in and around it, some very good snooker being played.
$33. $33. And the frame.
Errors are being committed by both players amidst the brilliance. And it's Judd Trump who's committed the most. That's why he's in early trouble. Ronnie O'Sullivan leads 4-1. The defending champion at the Kazoo, champion of champions, is finding life difficult at the moment.
Frame 6.
Judd Trump, who's sailed through this tournament thus far, is struggling today. And if there's one player in the game you don't want to struggle against, it's Ronnie O'Sullivan. Look at the pot success rate. 95% from O'Sullivan. Around what you'd expect, really. 81 for Trump. Well below his norm.
Yeah, Ronnie had potted 70 out of 70 of the first shots that he attempted. Then he missed one right at the end of frame 2, which didn't mean anything. So he was right up there from the very first shot. So he applied pressure on Trump from almost Trump's break-off shot.
Today, O'Sullivan looking to win a record-extending 4th champion of champions and his 77th professional tournament. As for Trump, he's trying to join O'Sullivan as the only player to successfully defend this ever more prestigious title.
One.
Well, it's not an easy table to get the reds open from. Playing all the way around on the bottom red. Ooh. Jaws in the middle pocket were not part of the plan.
6.
Amazing, isn't it, that he's hit both jaws. Cue ball just checked across the middle of the table, and now he's not on the bottom one. Been that sort of an afternoon for him.
Looking at this planter middle, but it seems to me from the overhead shot it's aiming towards that left hand near jaw.
Yes, if the reds are touching, he can send it further up. He doesn't like it, and he certainly didn't even know it was there until he walked around having not got the other shot right,
JUDD TRUMP.
positional shot.
6.
He's not hurting O'Sullivan at the moment enough, not punishing him, not doing anything to put fear into him with his own scoring power. One or two slight gasps because he never went anywhere near the pot. He tried to send that cue ball up the table as he managed. It's a bit of a concern when you have to play the bunch of reds in safety, as Judd may have to do here, given that they could spread anywhere near pockets, over pockets. Can't play it very thin either in case he hits the black on the way back round. To hit them reasonably firmly. That's exactly the problem, isn't it? I mean, the red's quite close to the pocket, but also a little bit close to the cushion. But Judd was forced into a somewhat risky safety shot there.
If this red was dead on the cushion, it wouldn't go, but I think it just bounced in a minuscule way. Enough.
1.
For it to wriggle in.
Five.
Well, the target red was always going to be the red on the black spot to try and make the black spot free, but as you see, has let the cue ball run a fractionally too far.
Six.
Not only no position, knocking a red towards that middle pocket means that gaining a really telling safety here is extremely tough.
Yes, you can't take the risk of leaving the red near the middle. So I guess if he's playing up to bulk, it'll be to the right-hand side as we look. guaranteed the cue ball would end up
Ronnie
in the
O'Sullivan,
one
6.
place. Trump can't pot the red.
Key frame this, because if O'Sullivan wins it, he would be guaranteed to lead going into this evening's concluding session with 3 frames left this afternoon.
One.
Well, it's a big fluke. It's only a big fluke if you can get in behind a colour. Just trickled towards the middle pocket. I didn't think it was going to reach. I was watching the red near the pocket into the corner as the other one disappeared. Well, he's going for the pot here. That is a sort of a confident man and someone that is not frightened to take advantage of a fluke, which of course you have to do at this game.
And Neil, something he's done twice already this week. He made a 60 from a fluke in the 3rd frame against Rob Milkins in the 1st round, went on to win 4-2.
6.
And then last night in the semi-finals, opening frame, fluked the black outrageously across the ball cushion, made 89 to set the pattern against Fan Zhengyi.
Had to hit it hard and stun it round to
13.
widen the angle to get himself away from that red on the left side. Cue ball just jumped a little bit, but he was queuing down on it, and that's the reason, but he forced it wide.
14.
Well, that big frame that you was on about, Phil, it could be going the way of O'Sullivan if he continues. Long way to go, but it's a good chance now. He's been by far the more
21.
dangerous of the two in amongst them.
22. $29.
Didn't intend to pop this red to middle, but suddenly presented itself and he was stopped in his tracks, licking his lips.
$37.
No, he missed a similar red to
O'Sullivan,
that in the
37.
3rd frame on 52 by overcutting it. Clearly, he over-adjusted and missed it on the other side of the pocket.
I was thinking exactly the same thing. Very similar, but a different way of missing both times. But again, the big moment will only be a big moment if Judd takes advantage of it.
6. Seven.
A little bit of deceleration there, almost overcut it. Holding mouth stuff for a
14.
brief second.
$15.
No one's better at the powered blue to take the cue ball in and out of bulk when you're on the
20.
incorrect side of the blue than Judd Trump, but even that was exceeding his limits.
Well, he didn't get any left-hand side on that. It was all topspin.
Judd Trump, 20.
Just didn't get any side on this. It sort of didn't really fizz off that second cushion or the first cushion. It just comes square off it, and that's why he lost direction and ended up hitting the yellow.
Foul. I miss.
There wasn't much room,
Judd Trump,
as you can
6.
probably work out from the fact that he hit the pink. This is one of these which would be an awkward replacement. I think they've got the right person in the job, though, because I think Marcel Eckhart is as good as it gets referee-wise on the circuit. But it's always difficult to replace the balls. The cue ball will be difficult because there is just a sliver of the red sticking out, and that's got to be replaced accordingly.
Just saw there Marcel being given guidance by another hugely experienced referee and official, Brendan Moore.
To your right. Keep going, keep going.
Pardon?
Keep going a little bit more. It's about its margins.
Okay, Ronnie. Yep.
A tough job carried out quickly and efficiently.
What's the damage? The red has not left the pocket very far. They're contemplating cushion first.
1.
It's a good shot. I've seen those missed, actually. He made it look simple, but very often they make contact with the red, but not quite
1.
the right amount to pot it. And there is an argument this frame is as crucial as anything we're going to
4.
see all day. If O'Sullivan wins it, because he has made a couple
5.
of errors.
$11.
22 in front. So he will need
12.
both reds.
$18.
This is frame ball, and hard to imagine it won't find gravity.
19.
The two lengthiest frames of this final so far have been particularly hurtful for Judd Trump. The fourth when he went in off in potting the green, and now this one when he's had his chances.
Yes, it's one snooker, but clearly when this goes in, it will be 3 snookers, different ball game.
$25. $27.
2 brilliant players, but this frame, as I said, he's been a little scrappy. It was more important for Judd to win it than Ronnie, I think, but it hasn't worked out. I'm just seeing a disappointed, concerned, slightly dejected body language from Judd Trump. They played in the
39.
World Final, of course, which O'Sullivan won only in the spring.
45.
And the world champion here is now halfway to being the champion of champions. Ronnie O'Sullivan takes a 5-1 lead. He will be in front going into this evening. The name of Ronnie O'Sullivan is engraved 3 times on the Champion of Champions trophy already. Well, at the end of the day, it'd be a case of
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
ROS times 4.
One.
He's played that well. Just got the feeling, looking at O'Sullivan at the end of that last frame, you know, he's got himself to 5-1, and he's almost waiting for Judd to, you know, what have you got for me, Judd? You know, what are you going to do to get back into this match? Because I think a couple of frames since the mid-session interval, he's expected more from Judd than Judd has delivered. Now at 5-1, he really has to find something in these remaining 3 frames. Almost like O'Sullivan saying, show me what you've got. Because this is a time when, yes, he's going to be behind. It's just a question of whether he can pull something out of the wreckage here and make this close tonight. He loses 2 of the next 3 frames, he's way back.
11. Twelve. $19. I can do, yeah, no problem.
Just asked for the black to be respotted. Of course, if he was to play another shot, it couldn't be respotted then, even if the black wasn't moved. If he was to roll the red in and ask for the black to be respotted, it would be too late. It's got to be before another shot has been played. Judd thought that the black was going to be possible.
20.
After 2 respots, it still wasn't. But the red that was in the way is the one he'd like to move by getting on it from this blue.
$25.
I'd like to think that he played it, but I'm pretty sure he didn't. Played around a couple of cushions into the bunch there.
$26.
How do you get the reds open now? He's got no angle on the blue. There's seemingly no plants in there. There's nothing that he can do to get these reds spread from his next colour. I mean, there's a shot on the brown, but goodness, it's difficult, especially for a left-hander reaching across. So I think he's just got to walk away, which is something you don't see very often from these top players in this day and age. No real option of getting the reds open, taking the points and running.
Judd Trump, 31.
Trump's scoring power restricted in this session. He's only made 1/2 century, 51 in the 3rd frame. His quality table time has been quite limited. For Trump, this is all very different from 12 months ago when he beat another famed member of the class of 1992 in the final. John Higgins won comfortably 10-4. Nothing comfortable about this right now for Trump. It's a dogfight for him, trying to get some form of respectability back in the scoreline. If you think about it, Neil, Trump only lost 5 frames in the tournament as a whole last year. He's lost 5 frames this afternoon, and maybe more to come.
Yeah, certainly for a period, it appeared he was getting the upper hand in these finals against O'Sullivan. Think of the Masters final, which really told us what a brilliant player he'd become, beating Ronnie at
Foul enemies,
the Ali
Ronnie
Pally,
O'Sullivan.
which is his sort of
Yeah.
place he's had so much success. And then those 3 Northern Ireland finals, 2 in Belfast, 1 in lockdown in MK. Beat him every time, 9-7. But then the world final has redressed the balance, I think, somewhat. So he goes into this
Can we check, Brandon?
still thinking about
Fine.
perhaps that match.
Yep.
No, he's happy with the balls replaced.
You think a fraction this way? No problem.
Saying to our left as we look, which of course is not in Judd's favour, so he's being honest. And he's saying back the other way.
Yep.
These are very difficult replacements, these ones. The one earlier was difficult in the previous frame. They are so fractional. Oh, that's
Foul
rolled.
enemies, Ronnie
Seemed to
O'Sullivan.
turn right, that ball did. That's a very strange thing happened there. Now watch this. This definitely is the cushion that seems to turn right.
One.
And the worst news of all is that he left that red, goodness me. Can he exploit that mistake, if it was indeed a mistake from Trump? Maybe the table drifted a bit.
Oh, brilliant from O'Sullivan. Just subtly into the bunch, seeing the angle, exploiting it to the full.
Nine. $16.
This is the O'Sullivan wheelhouse. Yes, sometimes he does fail in this kind of position. He's not infallible,
17.
but far more often than not, he capitalizes 100%.
$24. 25. $32. $33.
Predicting modern snooker is a fool's errand. But I'll tell you what, when I first saw the way this table was playing on Monday, it did run through my mind that O'Sullivan would relish it. And that's just
38.
how it's turned out.
39.
Yes, it's been conducive to good scoring in and around the pink and black spot. Table's run nicely. Judd might be seeing it a little differently after that previous shot where it may have drifted, but it was only a fraction
46.
and it was played the kind of pace where they do often just move offline slightly.
47.
But at the time, I don't know that he saw it as a bigger mistake as it's turning out to be. And he played a couple of good shots at the start of this break, the red and then the black to the middle. Now
54.
it's virtually plain sailing. He's two of these reds with colours.
$55.
So just the colour here and the red. And this is looking a little ominous and very worrying if you're a fan of Judd Trump.
60.
As I said, I think
One.
O'Sullivan has kind of invited Trump to raise the stakes, raise his game. And he hasn't done it. Got in early in this frame and left himself no way of getting the
66.
reds open. And that 31 was not going to hurt Ronnie O'Sullivan.
67. $74.
And just enough on the table for what would be yet another
76.
O'Sullivan century. It would be his second of the afternoon. He's sixth of the tournament. And he's 44th nil in the Champion of Champions alone
79.
over the years.
$83. $88.
Don't know what the music the DJ is going to play between frames. Dire Straits might be appropriate for Judd Trump. O'Sullivan is a formidable frontrunner, there's no doubt about that, but he's also fallen victim to the odd comeback. The late Paul Hunter beat him in a Masters final. The same length of match as this. First to 10, he was 7-2 down, was Paul, and eventually prevailed.
Yes, what a player Paul Hunter was, eh? 3 Masters, all of them nail biters, all of them from behind. Sorely missed.
Yeah, I put together a list of the youngest ever ranking event winners yesterday for Fan Zhengyi's match, and I was reminded when I was doing that Paul Hunter won a ranking tournament when he was a teenager.
caught it much too thick, and he's left a cue ball in the middle of the table with, oddly enough, no really easy starter. Does that go? That's quite tight, actually. We've got the low angle on it. It may just creep through. What do you think at home? Possibly, but that is a very tight one. It's so tight, I can understand why you wouldn't want to play it.
One.
Don't know if this goes in the middle, I think it must do, but I suppose he's just not getting anything, any little nudges that go his way. O'Sullivan had a important fluke in an earlier frame. Can't really say he's not deserving of his lead. But if this goes in, it might just offer him something back. Well, that's very good. Now, he's going to win 2 frames and get back to 3 behind tonight.
8.
The semi comeback has got to begin here.
9. $16. 17.
In a classic Shanghai Masters final, Judd Trump led 7-2 after the first session, lost to John Higgins, who made a 147 in that match. 147, just
24.
throwing it in there.
25.
Played that well. It was a left-hand running side to take it across behind the 2 reds.
32.
I see no reason why he wouldn't stay around the black spot for the foreseeable.
$40. 41.
Now decision time. Does he want to go into the cluster? He's easily onto the 2 reds if he doesn't play it.
Yeah.
I think that's the controlled shot that he played.
$48. 49. $56.
Well, if he takes on the right-hand red, it's not on the black, the red 2 along. Puts him on the black, but I think he's got to get a frame on the board.
57.
Maybe he can still play the black, but I think the likelihood is he's going to take the pink on. Right now, he's got enough on his plate. Okay, well, had a rethink. The dream is still alive. I think he had second thoughts there. Initially, I don't think he played on the black.
64. 65.
We get to the point soon where the frame is secured, and then why not keep going?
This really is a glorious chance if those reds open up.
72. $73.
Yes. Don't know if anything goes anywhere. It would be handy had there been a plant, but it's got to break them open. It's going to have to go well, this split. Well, he's certainly got a red to the middle at worst.
80.
Oh, if this one goes through the middle, it's beautiful. Wow. What a chance this is
81.
now. It really is. The pink is never going to be on its spot because it's never been potted, of course, in the period in play in the frame. It's in a lovely place all the same.
If you're not excited,
88.
you should be. Could be seeing snooker history here.
89.
We see plenty of 147s, don't we, these days, but not so many in finals.
No, that's a bit short of pace.
96.
Raymond, of course, in the final in Turkey last year. Judd Trump in winning.
$97.
Yeah, he's made 6 in total, but this would be so special. And now, barring the pressure, he's favourite.
104. $105.
Yes, playing on the red to the middle gives you an easier way of getting on the black
112.
when it comes to just a handful of reds left.
113.
Well, this is okay as well. And that's able to punch the cue ball. And a couple of cushions for the yellow. The crowd getting behind them, but there's a wonderful hush on the shot.
120.
That was a big shot from middle distance. Come on, Judd.
Well held. You feel this is the shot. If he gets from brown to perfect on the blue, surely he's done it. The shot is not simple, it's missable. Well, how about that? Absolutely perfect. 180 have been made in official matches. Still a special moment. Now, if it was straight, has he got any angle? No, it's not too bad.
Until then, now he's buzzing. The final takes on a whole new complexion after that. Simply magical. The maximum in the Champion of Champions final.
They're still wonderful, and the crowd, they loved it. As I say, they were silent on the big shots. And when he let that crown in, well, you knew he was going to complete it from there. Lovely.
Thank you. The final frame of the session, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Worth making a point here. Quite often when a player makes a 1-4-7, they find it difficult to concentrate in the next frame. And of course, Trump badly needs to do that. He desperately needs to win this one.
I don't think it's broke Ronnie's concentration because he didn't really move out of his chair at the end of that break. Often you see a hearty congratulations, but for whatever reason, he didn't really react in any way.
That was the frame we'll all remember from this session, but in many respects, this is the one that could be even more important. An O'Sullivan 7-2 lead, hard to imagine that could be eroded. 6-3, maybe.
And this is the moment. There's the black going in. There's Judd celebrating. But as for Ronnie, nothing much. Not exactly Tony Drago when 1-4-7s was made against him, and a huge bear hug he gave the person celebrating. Anyway, maybe he was getting himself psyched up to make one himself. Who knows? What a red.
Stop it, Neil, stop it.
One.
Tell you what, that was some red, wasn't it? I mean, he sat out a maximum and he's rolled in that. The reds are now absolutely in fabulous positions. And they'll be thinking about just winning this frame and getting a 5-frame advantage going into tonight.
There's one thing
16.
about O'Sullivan he shares with the late great Alex Higgins. Doesn't like being upstaged.
17. $24. $25.
Just lost the cue ball there. I don't know if you played. Didn't nudge anything, but the cue ball's gone uncharacteristically further than it would do on sort of shot from O'Sullivan. This is a nice little cutback now. Which means that the position was slightly compromised
32.
He may have a red to the middle to keep the break going. It's not easy. Balls are close together. The red might only just slip past the other one. There you've got an absolutely great view of it. Tough. Yeah, the other red was not in the way, but
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 32.
it was certainly a distraction.
One.
And now they are sitting pretty. Every single ball on the table.
Yes, he has to regroup from the excitement of it all, hasn't he?
8.
But really, this is a lovely table. He's got to feed off of what he's just done. We know it only wins a frame.
9.
It's not really the issue. It's always a wonderful occasion. The frame is what he really needed. But maybe the inspiration is going to help him even more.
$16. $17. $22. $23.
More like the form we've been seeing from Judd Trump all week. In the last 20 minutes, half an hour or so.
$31.
That's why these two-session finals are so more significant. There's always time to make a comeback in them. Whatever happens here, O'Sullivan has a good lead tonight, but
37.
certainly if he can win this frame, it's changed the dynamic slightly.
38.
Yes, had Trump remained in the rut where he was at 6-1, O'Sullivan's lead might have been out of reach, unassailable.
43. 44. 46. 47.
It's a good cannon. He wouldn't be
52.
remotely bothered about putting the pink safe, hitting it full on. Exactly how he wanted it. It's
53.
an important next few shots to get this frame won. To continue the fight back. Whatever
58.
happens, you will need both of these reds.
$59.
When he came to the table, Trump, this was the one red you perhaps
64.
thought might cause just a wee bit of angst.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of these shots missed into that pocket from that sort of a line. Not this
65.
time. Yes, it wins a frame, a 147, as we're saying, but it certainly will bring about a new sense of confidence and belief. It was a moment. It was a moment that he made happen, and that will give him a lift for tonight, even though
69.
he's behind. This match has got a
71.
lot of mileage in it. It's going to be terrific this evening.
11 years ago in 2011, Trump's
74.
breakthrough year. He beat O'Sullivan 4-3 in the final of the Antwerp Open in Belgium. It was a mini classic.
78.
Both players were given a standing ovation at the end. And tonight, might be just the same.
83. $89.
It was O'Sullivan's afternoon, but Trump's golden memory. And Trump could yet strike gold this evening in the final session. That remains, though, O'Sullivan in charge.